What's up, guys? Back here working on the EK hatch. It's another hot one today. I am already just sweating my dick off out here. It's been like upper 90s like all week. It's fucking hot. But since the last video, I got my 888s back on. I swapped those back on there because last time she was spinning, and I already knew that, you know, we're gonna be putting the nitrous kit back in. So yeah, we need to be able to hook. So got those back on there. I got some more other parts coming. Yeah, I think the main order of business is the nitrous kit. I also want to figure out what's going on with the coolant gauge because that should be working. It doesn't make any sense why it's not. And some other miscellaneous things. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so I was working on the coolant gauge, and I found that basically what happened is that the conversion harness and the engine harness both have a plug for the coolant gauge. For whatever reason, I don't really understand it, but I had the one from the engine harness hooked up, and I actually had to hook up the one that came from the conversion harness because I checked the wiring and that's where it ran. So yeah, I checked it. Coolant gauge works now, so whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so I'm dying to know now that it's like complete. Minus the nitrous kit, I gotta know what it weighs. Take a guess. I have an idea. The Mini Cooper weighed about 2450-ish, so this should be lighter. We're gonna find out. It's like almost the same weight. I figure, I mean, once you put the bottle in there and whatnot, it's gonna be just, I don't know, almost 50 pounds, maybe not quite 50 pounds lighter. So it's pretty equivalent, but just a hair lighter, I suppose. One thing is for sure though, guys, my cross weights are fucked up. I'm gonna have to definitely corner balance this thing. Okay, things have escalated. The cross weights were so bad, I decided, you know what? We're gonna fix it right now. So I disconnected the sway bars on both ends, got the wheels off. I threw a nitrous bottle behind the seat just to, yeah, give me the right weight. I sat in it, checked it. Yeah, way fucked up. So yeah, we're gonna adjust this. Well, we're getting closer, guys. I made a couple adjustments. We were at 45, now we're up to 48. Got a couple more adjustments to make and it should be there. All right, guys, that's pretty fucking close. I've readjusted this thing probably, I don't know, another 5 times. That's, yeah, that's pretty damn close. I think we're gonna call that good. Okay, so the other day I was actually out tuning the old Mini for my buddy, and, you know, installing nitrous kit and all that stuff. And yeah, we're gonna race because we got his car was tuned enough. All right, guys, this race is about to happen. The Mini Cooper versus the hatch. It's gonna be pretty unfair for him because we were only able to tune it to a 50 shot. But
a video? I'm about to dick this dude down. I got the cool noises. I got the... don't worry about that.
Well, guys, yeah, we're gonna try it anyway. I mean, we're gonna do another race when we actually get it turned up, but he didn't have enough injector, so yeah, we'll come back to that. But for today, we're gonna try this. And then this thing started misfiring, so I went deep down a rabbit hole trying to figure it out, and I'm still not 100% sure what the hell's going on with it. It felt like an ignition misfire, so I pulled the spark plugs out. They didn't look that bad. I tried swapping around coils, didn't really change anything. I ended up putting new plugs in it, and I had different coils in it, and I like drove it, and I thought I had it fixed, and it was driving fine until I went to like get on it, and then it like cut out again, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. So earlier today, I unplugged like every sensor that's like on the top of the engine, just kind of inspected everything, looked at it, unplugged the computer, looked at that, put it back in there. I took the ECU ground off, cleaned that, put it back on, put it back together, went and drove it. Everything was fine. It was totally normal. I was beating the shit out of it. Everything was fine. That was like earlier today. So I'm gonna try it again, see if it's gonna work. I'm not convinced that I fixed it because I honestly don't know what it was, unless maybe it was just the ECU ground, but like it looked clean. But I know how that stuff could be. It can look clean, not actually be clean, but I don't know. Let's try it again. Okay, so now I'm actually going to start doing the nitrous stuff. Obviously, I had the solenoids mounted already. Still need to do wiring. I just ran the line. It's just kind of hanging out at the moment. I got zip tie it, but ran it up under there. Ran it back here. Drilled some holes. Mounted the bottle brackets. Got the bottle mounted. So now it's really just all the wiring, which is the really, really shitty part. But I left the trim off of here because I'm gonna have to run wiring for the heater. Obviously I gotta run wiring for the solenoids and all that stuff. So yeah, here's the fun part. Alright guys, I got all the wiring done in the nitrous kit. So you got RAM back in there. I ended up adding a fuse box. This is the one that I actually had in the Mini. It was already pre-wired because I literally just pulled it right out of there. So I ended up just rewiring that one in. I might change it later when I clean up the bay, but for now it works. It's not really in the way of anything, so yeah, it's gonna work. I put some 50 jets in there, so it's time to go see what it does. Alright, 50 shot went good. I put the 100 shot jets in there. That went pretty good. It was kind of rich, so I just took like one jet size out of it. Granted, for some reason the bottle heater isn't turning on, so that's part of my problem, because like right now it's not even quite 900, so it's gonna lean out once it has bottle pressure, but it's still like, it was really pig rich. So took one jet size out of it. We'll make one pass and then I'll figure out what's going on with this bottle heater. Hell yeah, guys. It's doing pretty good. I did figure out why the bottle heater wasn't working, because it actually was working. I think the switch is just set really low, because after I made a couple pulls, the bottle heater kicked on and then it shut off again. So I think it was set at like 880 PSI or something like that. So I'm gonna go in there and just like turn it up a little bit so it's actually like 1,000 or something that makes sense. And then we're gonna move on, because I got a bunch of parts. So I got a lot of stuff here. There's a lot more coming actually, but one of the things I got is another steering wheel. You'll notice it looks very similar to the one that's in here that I put on there from the K20 Attack. However, got a different horn button. Also, this grip roll wheel is a 350 millimeter one, and the one that's in there is a 330. So this one works really good for the K20 Attack because there's like hardly any room in the interior. And that one has power steering. This has, yeah, a manual rack in it. And yeah, it needed a bigger steering wheel so that I can actually freaking use it. So yeah, we're gonna put this one on there and move on to the other things I got. Hell yeah, grip roll wheel's on there. I don't know if it's easy to tell in the video or not, but it is like noticeably larger. It's actually, before I couldn't even hardly see the gauges, it's so small. Now you can actually like see through them correctly. I think that'll make a huge difference. So now I got up in the air, got the wheels off, because taking the bumper back off because I got new headlights. I also got some of these like bumper lift support thingies. There's no instructions, so that's gonna be interesting trying to figure out, but we're gonna work through it. Ooh man, guys, look at that. Might be the shiniest part of the whole fucking car. That looks nice. Old and busted. New hotness. Yeah, looks so good. They actually line up better than those ones. I don't know what the hell is wrong with those pieces of shit, but these ones line up pretty fucking good. Hell yeah. And guys, got fucking LED headlights now. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna put those bumper lift support things on there, but I realized that these fenders are so dicked up, and like it's supposed to bolt onto here is what it looks like, but these are like so dicked up, and like I need to put my other fenders on there, but they're not painted yet. So I think I'm honestly just gonna wait because it was staying up there fine before. So I'm gonna put those on there, and then yeah, when I do paint, we'll do all that shit. So next order of business is we're gonna get that valve cover off there, because I got a new one. Hell yeah, we're going blue, guys. This is one of those like Jack Spaniel ones. I figured I'd try it out instead of, you know, messing around with welding a valve cover and getting powder coated and waiting around. I can just order this one. So it's already tapped for 10 AN orb on the front and the back. So yeah, it should work out for what I'm doing. It's also got this port here, and I've got another catch can. I got 2 of them to go somewhere, so I can kind of figure out which one I want to use. I think the new one is probably gonna work better, but we'll figure it out. So first things first, let's get that valve cover off. Okay, it's just sitting on there, haven't bolted down yet, but man, guys, I really hope these tube seals actually seal. I've never had a K-series valve cover go on that fucking easy. Usually they get kind of hung up on the seals. I don't know if maybe it's just because these aftermarket ones just, I don't know, are a little easier to get on. It kind of worries me, but I guess we'll keep holding it on. Okay, valve cover's on there. You will notice that, yes, I have a color scheme problem going on in here. I've got another fuel rail coming, so don't worry about that. I think actually it's not gonna be here till Monday, so I think I might just take this one off of here since that one's black. Yeah, because I ordered a black one. So I might take that one off of there, put it on here so that I can eliminate that issue. But at the moment, I'm actually working on the catch can. So I ordered this one, and this one I thought was gonna work, but then I realized that it's like one of these style that has like it wants you to go in here and then out here, or you could have a filter on there, but the way I'm looking at it is you really only have the one port in. It seems, yeah, not very efficient for what I'm doing. So I've got this other one, which I tried to fit in the engine bay before, and I couldn't find a way to do it. But I found a new way. I ended up cutting the bracket off of that side. I got a different piece of flat stock and welded it onto here. It's cooling right now, and then I'll show you where it's gonna go once it's cooled off. And there you go. Now you can see what I got going on here. It just basically, the one tab bolts to the back of the head, the other one bolts to the side. So now it's nice and sturdy. It's pretty hot still, so can't move it too much, but yeah, it's solid. So now I need to figure out how I'm gonna run the lines. And the lines are done. Man, guys, this is really looking good. I do need to replace these fittings though. These 2 are like some used ones I had laying around that somebody beat the shit out of, so I'm gonna have to get some new ones for that. But otherwise, that turned out like way better than I had anticipated. For sure, I love it. Just need to fix my color scheme problem, but other than that, hell yeah, looks good. Okay, so next thing on the agenda is something that I want to do for a while, but the car scene hadn't quite got to the right point now, and I feel like it is now. And let's just show you what it is. Yeah, we're doing Underglow, guys. I know, there are a lot of mixed opinions about that, but I feel like that at this point in the car scene, it used to be cool back in the Fast Furious days, unless you were a muscle car guy and then everybody hated it. But yeah, I feel like, you know, legacy Hondas, you know, like older 90s and early 2000s Civics and Integras and stuff, those are cool again, whereas for a long time they weren't. And, you know, Underglow is starting to make a comeback, and I think it's about the right time. I think it's fine. I think it's fine to bring it back, especially in a car that's actually fast. Like, it's one thing if it's like a fucking Rice or Honda that isn't fast, but this is. So, yeah, we're going to put this on there and try to get ready for, there's a meet tonight, a really big one, so yeah, we're going to try to get this all together. Okay, well, first impressions of this kit, this like what is it called? X-Prite kit. The mounting situation is kind of chintzy. It's like literally the only spots to mount it are right here. I thought for sure there would have been double stick tape or something here. Nope, there's just like some little spots for tiny little screws, and they gave me some little tiny little screws Seems like not nearly enough to hold these up. I mean, they don't weigh much, but still, that seems kind of questionable. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so before I install these, let's make sure they work. Let's try these things, see what they look like. Ooh, look at that. These things do all sorts of shit. There's all sorts of flashing and colors. All sorts of things. Look at that. It like reacts to music and everything else. It's pretty wild. Yeah, let's quit fucking around. Let's get the shit on the car. Ooh. Look at that. That's cute. That's cute. All right, now I gotta do the rest of them. All right, got them all done. Hell yeah. It's pretty good. Okay guys, so next thing on the agenda, we're gonna be doing some brakes. So you'll see over here, I already got this side together, and it looks different for a reason. And that's because we did an upgrade. We've got kind of a mismatch of parts. So I had just Integra uprights before, which is like base, like LS Integra rotors, calipers, whatever. So now we're running the Mini Cooper rotors. These are the base model Mini Cooper rotors from like an R56. Integra Type R calipers with TSX pads. Gives you bigger diameter because these ones are 11-inch rotors, and the caliper, the piston's a little bit bigger, so it should give me better stopping power. So I'm gonna finish putting the other side together, then we're gonna start doing the rear, and then obviously I gotta bleed these, so let's get to it. All right, all those brakes are on there, looking good. Got it all bled and everything. Hell yeah. I also swapped out my fuel rail. It showed up in time. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to, but yeah, I didn't have to pull it off of there. I just, the one in the mail showed up. So I got those. I finally started it since I did all this stuff, and man, it's a lot quieter after I did that valve adjustment. It must have really needed it. There were a couple that were loose, but yeah, it's noticeably quieter. That's awesome. Hell yeah, guys, we're fucking getting there. I really need to clean it now. Well, guys, made it to the show. It's a huge turnout. There's so many freaking people here. Like, it's insane, and it's extremely fucking hot in this bitch. Unless you're like right on the edge of it, it's so fucking hot. But I parked next to my buddy. He's Geek Hatch, so that's cool. But yeah, there's so many people. Like, look at these food lines back here. Like, so many freaking people over here. Yeah, it's a pretty good turnout. Hell yeah. Let's walk around. This is good. Those K1s and Recaros? Yeah. So now the show is over, so we're gonna go do a little bit of street racing action. So let's get to that. Hell yeah, guys. Tonight was freaking epic. There's, yeah, I mean, I didn't have a lot of races, but the races I did have, pretty good, especially the one with my buddy with that Z06. Because if you remember from some of my previous videos, I've raced him in the Exocet, and I raced him in the Mini Cooper. That thing is no slouch. It's got a bunch of mods on it that you won't tell anybody about. It's probably making somewhere around 700. It's pretty quick. The last few times I've raced him in the Mini Cooper, every time I lost, like I was lost by like a car or two. So the fact that basically everything is the same, it's the same boost level, same nitrous shot, all that stuff in the hatch, this car is working really good. Yeah, because I obviously I beat him 2 out of 3 times. The first time, it was just kind of a weird, it was a little bit too low. I like wasn't in VTEC yet. Like I could have dropped to second, but it really didn't make any sense. So yeah, but the second 2, it was a pretty good spot. Worked out really good. Yeah, the car's, it's doing great. Everything that I wanted it to do, so far, it's really, really doing that. I mean, obviously, it's staying cool because it's a big radiator. The suspension feels so much more solid. The brakes feel great. After that third pull, when I had to really lay on the brakes, like this new brake setup is fantastic. Like this thing stopped really well, and I didn't even like fully get into it. Like it was a pretty medium to heavy, braking, but like I can tell that on the track it's going to do really well. Obviously, the only thing that I still have left to address is the intake temps on track. So we'll figure something out for that at some point. But right now, like on the street, this thing's doing fantastic. The only thing I will say that I do really kind of want to do is that I've noticed after driving it around is that the driver's seat, I put it a little bit too close. And I really started to notice it after putting the other steering wheel in. And I think it might be because it's a little bit, I don't know if the dish is a little bit different than the other one. Either way, it's noticeably a little bit too close. So I think I'm going to move that seat back. Other than that, I really have no complaints. Like the car did fantastic. I'm super excited about this, guys. But, I think for this one, I think that's going to be it. So like, subscribe, do all the things. Peace out.